If
Correcting
your
dog
dog is
trainers.
walking like this when you take them for a walk, you need to change. Dogs shouldn't be weaving and sniffing the grass or pulling you down the road. They need to be taught to heel. This is the first 15 seconds of me grabbing the leash. Now, it's important to note that these owners were already using a prong collar. It's not a Hermspranger and it's not properly fitted. If you look close, you can see my Hermspranger is on. I've yet to connect the leash to it. The reason I don't change to the Hermspranger right away is because I want to get the dog comfortable doing figure eights before I switch to my training collar. Before they feel any new sensation, they have to understand how the game works.
So there's a lot wrong with this video, right? So much so that I don't really have time to break down everything that's wrong with this video, so we'll just highlight it a little bit. There's nothing wrong in a neighborhood walk with your dog walking in front of you. Your dog needs to know that it's their job to pay attention to you and not your job to pay attention to them, and they need to have positive association with leash skills. If they have that, then they can walk in front of you and be on a loose leash, engage with their environment, know the rules. They're awesome. The second part is you don't need to knee your dog in the face repeatedly in order to teach them to walk nicely on your side. If you do something called the Pac-Man drill, where you have set communication that always means the same thing, and then you can repeat it, and no matter how your dog moves, it's impossible for them to fail at the game of the Pac-Man drill, then your dog will learn to stand at your side, which is what we do for things like in public. You don't want to be in an urban environment. You don't want to be in a store. You don't want to go to a restaurant and have your dog in neighborhood rules. You want to have your dog in public environment staying at your side. It's their job to stay at your side in those environments. But you don't need to do figure eights where you kick your dog in the face. You can teach a e-break, which is a pulling back on the leash, and then when they stop, you turn 90 degrees and you step in front of them, and they have to manipulate their body 90 degrees to follow you. You mark when they do, you mark when they're back in heel, you give them a treat. If you go to your right, you do the samurai pull ditching technique where you give them the entire leash and you swiftly walk away from them in a 90 degrees, and they have to turn their body and walk straight to you. When they get into heel, you reward them. This is all a positive, consistent way to teach your dog to not pass that invisible wall. But spinning around in figure eights circles and kneeing them in the face, I don't care how cool you are for not putting a Hermspring collar on them yet. The knees in the face are a new sensation and they don't understand why it's happening.